In this episode, dumbest car names, cringy car spot, and 1950s performance. Welcome to episode 67 of the We Are Auto Show. How are you, Derek?
Mr. Muckarell, I'm doing fantastic.
So, I was out and about recently.
Okay.
And I was behind a car. And it had a stupid name.
What do you mean?
So I was behind a Korean car. It was a Kia. And it was called the Carnival. Don't call a car a Carnival. Oh my God.
The only reason I can think you would say that is if there was like a bunch of kids in the back and you would call it a carnival back there.
Oh my
God. It's chaos.
And it got me thinking. What are the stupidest names in the car world? Like, of the cars that we've known and heard about, what are the dumbest names out there ever?
There are some bad ones.
Like, I saw a Kia Carnival, and I was immediately just thinking, oh my God, who decided it was a good idea to call the car Carnival?
All right. I'll give you my off the top of my head one.
Okay.
The LaFerrari, which is Ferrari, the Ferrari.
Yes. Which Ferrari do you have? I have the Ferrari.
That's a bad name.
Do you have any others?
So
there's one that you and I actually talked about not too long ago.
Yeah.
It's an EV.
There is an EV.
Uh-huh.
It is the Porsche Taycan Turbo or Turbo S.
Yes.
Because it's an EV, there's no turbo involved. There's no engine to turbo.
Correct.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So currently we've got the Kia Carnival.
Right.
We've got the Ferrari LaFerrari, so the Ferrari.
You could argue the Mustang Mach-E.
Yeah.
Because it's
Well,
not a Mustang.
It's not really a stupid name.
It's
It's just
name.
stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
The name's not
marketing.
stupid. The car is stupid.
Right.
And then the Taycan Turbo S, because it doesn't have a turbo and they called it a turbo.
Yeah.
A couple of those that I remember hearing are the Aspark Owl. Why would you call a car an owl? That
Was Aspark
It was
the name
like
of
a
the
one-off
manufacturer?
supercar maker.
Oh, wow.
Stupid. And then the Audi e-tron.
Why?
Because in French, e-tron is shit.
Oh,
E-tron is poo in French.
today I learned.
Yes, what do you drive? I drive an Audi poo. And maybe you get a really hot poo, so you get the Audi e-tron GT RS. So that's the hottest poo that Audi makes.
I see what you did there.
So it got me thinking to take a look and see what are some of the other horrible car names that are out there. So I found this list.
Ooh, let's do it.
Let's go through this list that I found from, I don't know, was this Motor Online or something?
Yeah,
like that?
whichcar.com.
Whichcar.com, yeah. So some of these have not been sold in the U.S., but that's fine. They're just horrible names.
Okay.
First, we have the Honda Vamos Hobio Travel Dog. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh, boy.
And then next on their list, they have the one that I just remembered. The one
e-tron.
where it's French for turd, right? The e-tron, the e-tron.
Is that an artist rendition?
Yeah, that's not a
Okay.
real e-tron. That
I didn't
doesn't
think so.
exist. Then the next one is just fun. The next one is a Mitsubishi Mum 500 Shall We Join Us?
What?
Who is...
Shall we join us is in the name of the vehicle. That's awesome.
Oh my
And it's
God.
mom. So mom, shall we? What the heck?
What a name. Next one we've got is the Honda Life Dunk. Not the
Life
drunk.
Dunk.
Life Dunk.
Wow. Do you think only basketball players bought that?
I would hope so.
I would hope so.
I really, really hope so. The next one is it's another great name here. This is the Isuzu is I can't even say it.
Isuzu.
I'm just so stunned at the name.
Mysterious Utility Wizard.
The Isuzu Mysterious Utility Wizard.
That's
I can't
a
even say
fantastic
it.
name.
The
What?
Mysterious Utility Wizard.
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
No, I don't have a Honda Civic. I have a Mysterious Utility Wizard. Wizard.
Yes. And then we have a Chinese car company coming in again here with a Geely Beauty Leopard.
Wow. A beauty leopard.
Oh boy.
I don't think I've ever seen a Geely. Did they ever make those in the U.S.?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go back to Mitsubishi here. Apparently Mitsubishi's had some absolute top-notch naming people in their naming department.
Questionable.
We have the Mitsubishi Mini Active Urban Sandal.
Sandal.
The Mini Active Urban Sandal.
It's about as big as a sandal. That thing is tiny. She does not look like a very large lady either. That's sitting in there.
They compare it to the Smart 4.2.
Ooh.
Not big.
No.
This might be my favorite.
Oh.
This next one. The next is the Mazda Titan Dump. That was your morning movement. It was a Titan Dump, it was.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I just love these. Then we go to the Mazda Bongo Brawny van.
Wow.
What a name.
Look at that tent on the top, though. That thing is style.
I can dig that.
Man, I need me a
so
Mazda
it
van.
was sold in Australia, which, could you imagine camping at Bathurst with the Mazda Bongo Brawny van?
The dream. The dream.
It's perfect. Next on the list, we have the Ford Probe. Let's just probe ya. You want to get probed?
In your Ford? Yikes.
Oof. Yikes. Moving down, we've got a Subaru Brat. Yes.
Wow.
You could be a brat.
That is a car pickup. That is a weird vehicle.
Yeah, I don't like them.
No.
It's like Subaru's answer to the Chevelle or like
El Camino.
In Australia, the Ute.
Yeah. That's weird.
Not a fan. Then we go to the Dodge Dart Swinger. If you wonder how many Dodge Dart Swingers went to a swinger party back in the day, where did you take the swinger keys out of the swinger bowl at the swinger key bowl party that you went to in your Dodge Dart Swinger?
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Then we're going to move on to the Mitsubishi Pajero, which
Pajero?
Apparently in Spanish, it's called a wanker or a jerk.
Oh. Whoa.
And wanker means essentially woof.
You can Google that one.
Yeah. Next, we've got the Mazda La Puta, which I'm sorry if you're listening and you're a Spanish speaker, because I just kind of offended you, because apparently La Puta in Spanish means the whore or the prostitute.
Oh.
So the Mazda whore.
How? Do car companies really not just ask other speaking people before they name their car? Or just hit Google Translate. It's not that hard.
What do you drive? I drive a Mazda whore.
Oh, man.
We're going to move on to the Ford Escort for quite plain reasons.
Yep.
Right? I think we get that one easily. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to go way back in time to 1927 or so, because we have the Studebaker Dictator.
Not a good time to have that name.
Oh, my God.
In the 20s.
A dictator.
Yeah. The Great Depression, too.
Oh, the next on the list draws from the Ferrari. So we have... We talked about the Ferrari LaFerrari, but now we have the Renault Le Car. Wow. You don't say.
The car. That's what it means. Renault the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny enough, the next on the list is actually the one that we talked about, the Ferrari.
Yep.
Wow. No kidding. And then I'm a little confused by the next one. It's called the Ford Ka.
I don't know.
Ka. Is it like a Bostonian trying to say car?
No,
Ka.
I would assume since they're saying "oh bugger off," that this is a British slang term or something. I don't know.
No. Can you go move the car? So that's Bostonian.
Oh.
Go park the car and have a yard.
Oh, I see. Oh boy.
Moving on to the Gaylord Gladiator. Man, just some clutch names here. Now, another just beautiful one coming from Mitsubishi. I swear to God, Mitsubishi has been on this list more than any other manufacturer.
Yeah.
We now have the Mitsubishi Pistachio.
Whoa.
Would you rather have a pistachio or an almond or a pecan, or what kind of nut would you like your car to be?
I'll take a Mitsubishi.
There you go. Moving on to a Daihatsu Naked.
That's an ugly thing. Whoa.
It's a naked.
Yeah.
It looks naked because it looks like they didn't finish the actual
the
sheet
door
metal.
panels. It's weird.
Not good. Another Mitsubishi, believe it or not. Now we have this a great name. The Mitsubishi Minica Winky.
Oh boy.
A Minica Winky.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, now to my brand of choice.
Ooh.
We have a Porsche on the list. So, whichcar.com has listed the Porsche Panamera 4 Hybrid Sport Turismo 10 years edition on there. And I can't blame them because, oh my God, that's a lot.
That's really the name of the car.
That's a lot.
Yikes.
Okay, another Mitsubishi. What's up with Mitsubishi, man?
How is it possible for one car manufacturer to have so many bad names?
It's horrible. The next Mitsubishi is the Mitsubishi Minica Lettuce.
Lettuce.
The Minica Spinach.
Like the vegetable.
The Minica, I don't know, romaine. Butter lettuce. I don't know. The Minica Lettuce.
Okay.
Mitsubishi's gone crazy. And we're going to move on to the Buick Lacrosse, which I didn't think that was such a bad name until I saw the little description here, where it's listing that lacrosse in like a French-Canadian slang means to pleasure yourself.
Oh, didn't know that either.
Neither did I. So apparently when you see a Buick Lacrosse, just keep an eye on what the driver's doing.
Okay. Interesting.
They may be a little distracted and cross-eyed.
Okay.
Moving on to the Ford Pinto, which I guess it's not that bad, but apparently in Brazil, the word Pinto is slang for small male genitalia. So you drive a Ford small penis.
Oh boy.
It's a tiny dick car. Oh, Isuzu's on there again. So now we have the Isuzu Bighorn Plaisir, I think.
Huh.
Don't really know. Oh, I love how stately the next name is here. We have the Toyota Chaser Avant Lordly. Lordly.
I don't think I've ever used that word, ever, in a sentence.
I'm going to start using the word lordly now.
Wow.
That was a very lordly drift through that corner. It's beautiful. Then we go right back to Mitsubishi again. We have the Mitsubishi, Topo Big Joy Guppy.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't think that's the only Guppy that they ever made. I've heard Guppy used in another vehicle before. I don't know what it was, though.
Rough, I tell you.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the Toyota Town Ace Windy.
Windy.
What? Because it's an open-topped version of the Toyota Ace van that, so you're going to have wind in your hair. It's a windy minivan.
Okay.
Then we move right along to a Honda Integra High Glad style.
Style. Lots
Didn't
of
know that
style.
was a thing.
Huh.
No clue. Now, we're getting close. We're almost done here. We now move on to the Chang'an, which is a Chinese company. Benny Love.
Benny Love?
What?
I don't know.
Okay. We're going to go to France for the next one here. We got the Peugeot Bipper Tepi Outdoor.
What?
The Bipper Tepi Outdoor?
Okay.
Great. Now we're going over to Germany. We have the Mercedes-Benz Venio.
Venio.
Yes. And now the last one on the list is the Kia Proceed. But it's Pro _CEE ''D.
What a terrible name for
The
a car.
Proceed.
Wow. Can you imagine having to write that on a badge?
Oh, no.
Oh.
And now we should add on the list the Carnival.
Yeah.
The Carnival.
Yep.
So, those are some of the worst car names to ever exist in the world.
Those were bad.
Not good.
No, it seems like car manufacturers need to throw their name of whatever they're going to name their car onto Google Translate before actually inputting that name and locking it in.
Agree.
Because Mitsubishi has messed that up many times.
Mitsubishi was the number one manufacturer on that list that had the most amount of bad car names.
Yes, they were.
Oh my God.
By
They're
a lot.
so bad.
By a significant margin.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Really bad. But I suppose it's time to move on to our car spots of the week. You ready?
I think we should.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
Let me kick it off.
Okay.
All right. So I've been out and about. I was downtown, kind of in downtown Tampa.
Okay.
And I happened to see two interesting things. Do you want to see, or you want me to talk about the cringe first or the actual interesting car?
I want to start with some cringe.
Okay.
Let's
good.
get into some cringe.
So we were down for a buddy's birthday, down in a little town called Ybor, which is well known for like having cigars back in the day, and it's it can be a little sketchy at night. A lot of clubbing, a lot of concerts, but down the street rolled 10. I counted them because I saw more than one go, and I was like, "Huh, that's the third one. I'm gonna start counting." And then it was 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 consecutively. 10. What were they? They were crossbows?
No,
Or-
we don't have those.
No,
The slingshots?
the slingshots. That's what they were. Sorry.
Yikes.
Couldn't remember the name. Big yikes. Each one of them was uniquely styled to their individual that was driving.
Were they all bumping jams?
Yeah, every one of them. Every one of them had external facing speakers.
What kind of music were they playing?
Oh, you know, the kind that I was not a fan of.
Okay. Got it.
And they were rolling heavy, 10 in a row. It was rough. It was, to my eye, pretty cringe. Down there in downtown Ybor, kind of actually blended in, though. Yeah. It was interesting. Would you ever drive one?
I would try to drive one for about an hour, and then I'd be done with it.
I think that we could actually drive one of these.
Okay.
My parents' neighbor does have one.
Let's try one.
Okay. I would be curious to see how they drive because they're rear drive, front steer, kind of odd. I can't imagine you can go very fast because you would tend to probably roll the thing. Not quite as bad as a Reliant Robin because they're set up the other way than a Reliant Robin. But it would be kind of fun to drive one. Would I blast the music down the main street of the place that I was at? No, not in a million years. Would I go 10 deep with the boys? No, no way.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Is that your future?
no, not even close. Hopefully, my future turns into a little more of the other car that I saw, which was an Audi R8. I couldn't tell if it was the V10. It was one of the newer ones.
Then it was.
Okay, yeah, it probably was if it was a newer one.
They don't make V8s anymore.
Okay. And it was black on black, which I did not really like, actually.
That car needs more than black on black. Black on black just gets lost.
Mm-hmm. And the stripe down the side, which they have broken up now, you know what I'm talking about? The stripe that goes right behind the door on the R8. Normally that would have been an accent, but since it was black on black on black, and I think that might have been carbon or was just like a matte black, the stripe on the side, it just blended in. And the wheels were so black, they just blended in. I couldn't quite see the calipers because I was kind of looking at the car head on. So I couldn't tell you if the calipers were bright yellow or red or what they were. But I don't like all black on that car.
It just all gets lost.
It does. And that car already tends to blend in enough on its own, even if it's a blue or something along those lines. Like I think blue with a silver or white stripe looks okay, solid. Yeah. But black on black's not. Don't do that.
Agree. Would you consider that to be your spot of the week?
Yeah. I didn't really see anything else that was super interesting. I saw an AMG Mercedes SUV, but it wasn't like you can see those around here.
A lot.
They kind of just blend in.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else super interesting.
Fair enough.
Rolling 10 deep with the boys.
Man, what a life.
So what did you see?
All right, so I did see a couple of cool things. Starting off with a Lamborghini. I did see a modified Aventador S with an aftermarket exhaust. I saw it. It was a red with kind of black wheels. It was a killer spec. It sounded unbelievably good. So that was one of my spots. My next spot, though, is something that is much more mundane than a Lamborghini, but I haven't seen one before, so it is worth talking about. I saw the new Hyundai Elantra N.
Oh.
So, we've seen the Veloster N many times, but we haven't seen the Elantra N yet.
That would be... Oh, I really want to drive that.
I don't like the look of it.
No?
No.
I don't particularly like the look either, but I want to drive it because I want to know if it's actually fun to drive. Because I can tell you the Veloster is fun to drive. Is this is front wheel drive?
Yeah. So it's a GLI essentially.
Yeah. Maybe it won't be as good as I'm thinking.
That'll be the same thing. It'll be the same thing like a Veloster.
Just 4 doors.
Yep.
And more tame styling.
Yeah. Don't like the new Elantra N now that I've seen it in person. It was that spec too, that light blue N spec.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, the look of the car just doesn't do it. The rear wing is just awkward. It's just kind of
is awkward.
Just seeing it in person just does not do it for me.
Okay.
But let's move on to my spot of the week. So, my spot of the week is going to be for the classic car lovers out there. My spot of the week was a 1957 Ford Thunderbird convertible. Honestly, beautiful car. Absolutely stunning. I saw the exact spec that we're looking at. Gray with the red interior, red convertible top, white wall tires. Beautiful.
Well kept.
Pristine.
Yeah.
Pristine. Stunning old classic car.
When they're well kept, they're very cool.
In that spec, the gray with the red with the white wall, it's kind of like silver gray. Just such a cool looking car.
Oozing class.
So classy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like gangster class. This is just so pure good.
Yeah.
Just really, 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 really nice. And I saw both this kind of front view of it, and then I saw the rear as well, which it's such a cool car. And it's not nearly as big as you would think it would be.
No, because it only has the front seats.
Yeah, a lot of times you hear about a classic car and you think it's just 42 feet long. This is, I didn't realize how much I like a classic Thunderbird.
Yeah.
I think of all the classic cars, I think the Thunderbird is up there for one of my favorites. Granted, I don't know dick about classic cars, but I like it a lot.
I have seen a couple of these on the road, and they're always awesome to see. Generally, it's an older gentleman out on a Saturday or something. He's just loving life.
Yep.
Just cruising around.
So I did have to do some digging on the specs, though.
Okay.
Because I don't know anything about them. But, you ready for what the power plant is?
I'm ready.
5.1 liter V8.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay. Now, this is from 1957, mind you.
Wow.
So you and I are probably thinking that's 95 horsepower, 102, right? Because that's how they designed cars.
Yeah.
Way more impressive than that. 270.
Huh?
For the time, this is a damn rocket.
Wow.
335 pound-feet of torque.
Oh.
Came rear-wheel drive with a 3-speed manual. Only 3 speeds. Weighed just a hair over 3,100 pounds.
Oh, okay.
And its 0 to 60 was just a hair under 8 seconds.
How?
That's actually decent performance for back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, normally we give old American cars a whole bunch of shit for having like a 1,000,000-liter V10 that makes like 150 horsepower.
And does 0 to 60 in 25 seconds.
In a decade, right?
Yeah.
But this actually, for all the classic American cars, actually has a little bit of, dare I say, performance.
While having the class.
The style that just oozes from every fin.
Wow, that is awesome. It still does have it has a bulky feel to it, but it's not the massive boat that like an old Cadillac would have been.
Once I saw the specs, I kind of respected it even more.
Yeah.
Like, wow. That's
How
from
did
the
we
50s.
go backward? Because in the 80s, the Mustang had a 5-liter V8 that pumped out
Nothing.
120 horsepower.
Nothing.
Got 5 mpg. But this had almost 250 with a smaller engine. I don't understand.
I love it.
That's
I love
crazy.
it. So yeah, that's my spot of the week is a 1957 Ford Thunderbird.
That's a great spot.
Agreed. So, starting to get a little long here. I think it's about time we get to the I wish they would'ves. Do you have one?
Yeah.
What you got?
So, I wish that my car was smart enough or had modern technology in it, right? Maybe it has Bluetooth, but like Wi-Fi and an understanding of how to connect to the internet at my house or something along those lines, so that it could give me a report with like interesting, unique stats. And what I mean by that is I want to know like random stuff, like how much gas over the lifetime of the vehicle has it burnt or gone through? How many wheel rotations has my right front done in the lifetime of the car? How many times have I turned the AC on and off? Random things. Do I use my left blinker more than my right blinker? Random stuff. And I think those would be interesting, fun stats to keep. The car has the technical capability to do it. Why the manufacturer has not implemented a way to gather that data from a technical standpoint and put it into something interesting for a user to look at, I don't know. Like, why?
I do like that. I think it's cool.
And all they would have to do was expose an API for a developer like myself to be able to gather that data, and we could visualize it and put it into reports in any way we want. You just have to be able to get the data out of the car. And I don't know of a good way to do that.
That would be really kind of cool to see, like, if you take more rights than lefts, like which tire turns more than the other.
Right, and you could find trends in the car, if it's starting to wear over time, if you're getting worse gas mileage over time.
It's almost like a lifetime telemetry of everything.
Right. And I imagine it can be valuable to find issues with the car or also teach you the technique of driving. Are you stabbing your brakes? Are you rotating into the brakes slowly? Are you getting on throttle too hard at certain gears and certain RPMs? Is your clutch slipping? Like, they're all things that you could figure out if you had the data exposed in a meaningful way.
That's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's what I got. What do you got?
All right. So my I wish they would have is that I wish, and this is stupid, but I wish cars could be easily converted to and from right-hand drive to left-hand drive and vice versa. So this goes really highly for like the European market. So like if you live in the UK, you're right-hand drive. But you go on a road trip to Germany because you can do that over there, where you're left-hand drive.
How do you see this working?
In my brain, I see all of the controls moving along like a tunnel that just shifts from side to side. Now, obviously, none of that would work the way I want it to, but it would be really freaking cool.
The only way this would be possible is if every car had 2 steering wheels in it, 2 sets of pedals in it, and it was essentially an airplane cockpit where all the controls are duplicated for the passenger and the driver.
Yeah, but that's not how I want it done. No. I want the controls to just shift.
No.
I just press a button and then poof, it's now right-hand drive.
In theory, with computers and electronics and fly-by-wire stuff, you could do it. Nobody's going to do it.
I think you're right.
The only useful, practical way I could see this happening would be your car, where you're teaching someone how to drive. But I could see that being the duplication of all controls and not a sliding doohickey that's all the controls.
I'd rather just do a sliding doohickey.
No. Like when you guys have the brake pedal that you use when you're driving instructing, that's wired directly to the brake pedal on the other side of the car.
Yep.
Okay. So it is a duplicate functionality going through the same.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. It would have to be that.
But I don't want it that.
No.
I want it to be able to just shift.
That's a bad idea.
That's why I wish it would have. It's ridiculous, but there it is.
It is indeed ridiculous, but I like it.
All right. So then I guess that's going to wrap us up for episode 67. Thanks so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a thumbs up and a comment on this video. We'll go back and forth there in the comments with you. If you're on audio only, so whatever platform you're on, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you are, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and a review. Don't forget to follow us on social. Facebook is We Are Auto. Instagram is We Are Auto _ YouTube is We Are Auto. And our website is weareauto.io. Also, while you're at it, send us over any I wish they would haves and auto-related news articles. We would love to chat about them on air. So thanks again so much for watching and listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.